All right. How is everybody? Welcome back. All right. We good, we good. What's wrong with my hair today? No, 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 no. All right, I think we're good to go. I think we're good to go. Let's go. Let's go, baby.
Good, MP. Time to turn the page, MP.
Boston, baby. Give me the ball. Splash. Bam. I can't miss.
And just a minute or two here for the players to get warmed up before the start of the game. Welcome and happy holidays from 2K Sports. It's time for NBA action. Tonight, we'll see the Boston Celtics as they play against the Milwaukee Bucks. With Coach Stan Van Gundy, and both teams look to move the ball around, stand to create more offense.
Well, that's usually the best way to attack, especially against good defense.
Go, 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 go.
Ball movement moves the defense, and when you've got the defense on the move, that's when you can break
Come
them
on,
down
man.
and get high percentage shots.
Come on.
It takes patience. It takes unselfishness.
It seems to be the most efficient way, doesn't it?
It does, especially against really good defenses.
Here are the starters for Milwaukee. The small and power forward.
Let's go.
Of Middleton and Antetokounmpo. The professor out there with Damian Lillard. And it's Lopez in at the 5. Pass to Holiday. Back to White.
Come on, boy.
Six
Come
on
on,
the
boy.
shot clock. Unloads
Ooh,
from
goodie.
and Lopez pulls it down.
Very goodie.
Milwaukee has gone 1 or 2 from long range in the first quarter.
It's just hard to match up with Antetokounmpo's speed, especially in the open floor.
Boston off to a slow start. It's a 5-point game. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Blazers.
Well, when you're facing a team that's feeding off the crowd's energy, you have to bring your A game, and they didn't do that defensively.
Yeah, when you have a defensive showing this poor, it's normally due to an overall lack of...
Woo!
Finding a little rhythm
Let's
here. They
go!
have to like where they're at.
Yeah, you're seeing their offense in a flow. Now it's time for their defense to turn up the heat a little more.
Holiday with it. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Trailblazers in Portland.
Well, and he was also doing a great job feeding his teammates, racking up the assists. So important to team chemistry.
Back to White. And White slams it
Come
in.
on, man.
Well, this is great basketball from Holiday. Running the play to find someone a shot.
The professor passes to Lillard. Here's the professor. White covering. Kicks it out to Lillard. Lopez, a screen on White.
Foul!
Rebound by Drew Holiday. For Boston, they've gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Pass to Tillman. Here's Walsh. White inside, covered by Lillard. White.
Come on, man.
White's got his second basket.
Are you
of the night.
serious?
I like that from White. Attacking the heart of that defense.
And Coach Derek White spent his first 4.5 seasons with the Spurs and Coach Greg Popovich, who did a lot to boost his confidence.
Yeah, Kevin, White was a late
Ooh.
first-round pick. He's a humble guy, very hardworking.
Let's
I don't even think he
go.
realized he could be this good. Well, he led him with the pass there, almost like a quarterback timing a route. That was impressive.
White the pass to Walsh. Pass to Brown. Here's the three. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with
Come
that shot.
on,
Well,
man.
you know, when Brown's hitting the three, it really opens up this offense.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Had a chance to catch up with Joe Mazzulla, and we talked about the problems that Giannis poses. He said, look, there's no easy way to defend Giannis. We have to be physical with him, keep him out of the paint as much as possible. But he acknowledged that even having multiple bodies on Giannis sometimes just isn't enough. Guys?
Thank you, David. White, good.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Looking at the last game for Milwaukee, it was a loss to the Hornets in Charlotte.
You know what? That's a game where the coach might just want to burn the video because there's no question they're a better team than what we saw, but they got crushed on that night.
Yeah, but what matters now is how the team responds to a loss like that. That's what makes this a big game for them.
Holiday against Lillard.
Oh, come on.
Holiday gets the bucket.
Well, not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Looking to end the run. The professor's shot is off.
And there hasn't been anything easy for him in this period.
Well, the offense has to
No!
to get him easier shots, better selections. You have to be set up for success.
Oh, great ball movement there.
And a quick look now at the best free throw shooting teams. The Bucks second.
You know, it's really a team-wide talent. You want to foul to stop layups, but against them, you're not saving much. They'll make you pay time and again.
The professor passes to Lopez. Here's the professor. Cans the shot with nobody near him. The professor's got 5 now. And here's Holiday. Here's White. And he
No!
drives in. And the professor pulls it down. Inside. It's tipped.
Come on, man.
Here's Lopez. Good. Nice job down low. And here's White. He'll bring it up for Boston. And it's the Bucks.
Where are you going, boy?
And two
Hey!
seconds coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the
Chill.
contact. That one on White. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Celtics.
Well, they're in a great flow. The ball's moving. All those assisted buckets means the offense is running well.
And on top of that, they've been asserting themselves offensively, getting a good chunk of their points from inside.
Milwaukee making a switch here. Portis is checked in. And Holiday kicks to White. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
Thank you.
For Milwaukee, they've gotten 6 of 11 shots to go down so far. Pretty nice shooting. And Portis throws it down.
Pushing the action, getting others involved. He does it
That's
time
it.
and time again.
Yeah, when you're moving the ball like that, it just keeps everyone engaged in the game.
Right a screen. Now here is Holiday. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. On offense here, the Bucks. It's been 8 unanswered points for him.
Oh, there's a mismatch.
Here's the Professor. He's got 7. Screen by Giannis. The Professor passes to Antetokounmpo. He gets it in there.
Well read.
And now a 5
Very well
Bucks
read.
lead.
Look, if I'm one of his teammates, I just keep getting him the ball. He has been lights out.
Well, there's some recent news.
Stop fouling me.
We go to Shams Charania. Hey, Shams, what's going on?
Thanks, guys. And it's the Miami Heat in the spotlight right now. They're thrilled to bring in Julius Randle. That move increases their physicality on both ends of the floor. He brings speed, strength, and a versatile scoring ability that should be a great fit for this team.
Always some exciting news happening in the NBA. And we thank Shams for always bringing it to us. Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. LeVert's checked in for Chris Middleton. And Cameron Payne subbed in for Lillard. White, good.
And providing the scoreboard they needed. That stops a 12-0 run by Milwaukee.
Pass to the Professor. Portis a screen on White. Fires the 3. Rebound
Come
Boston.
on, man.
And this is the first season matchup for them against this Milwaukee team.
And as you would expect,
they're so lucky.
top of the last season series against this club, but
It's unbelievable,
no reason to
man.
expect anything different this time around.
Well, possible. Every year brings something new. This first meeting should tell us a lot.
Milwaukee leading by 5. Pass to the Professor. Here's LeVert from deep. That one's in, his first shot this game.
From range,
Let's
versus
go.
those guys, you have to respect his shot. He makes enough from beyond where you have to honor it.
Al Paul. 9-point game his last outing. Outside, White. White with another miss.
Yeah, not at his most efficient this quarter. He's got to work on finding high percentage shots.
Nice.
Good. And now it's a 10-point Milwaukee lead.
How
7
about
assists
straight
already.
made from the field to start.
Another steal.
They swipe it.
Another
Here's
assist.
Payne. Finished off the break. And a chance now to catch up on some numbers here.
Almost
The
a
hustle
double-double
stand for the Bucks.
in the first
So far,
quarter.
they've done a great job of reading the offense and repeatedly putting themselves in the right place to interrupt the play and force turnovers.
And another thing they've done so well is convert fast break opportunities. Great job trusting their guys and getting those easy ones.
And that one's good. Kola.
Oh, and a terrific pass. Takes so much pride in his ability to make his teammates better.
And
Nice.
And that's 11 points for the Professor.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Celtics trailed by 11. Pass to Kolek. Back to Paul. Shoots over Payne. And it's Paul missing.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
The Professor, good.
And they're
We're
beginning
doing
to
good.
just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
There's 25 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Springer, the pass to White, and that one drops. White's got 13.
Just a heroic scoring effort from him this quarter. He's doing everything he can to will them back into this game.
Here's the Professor. White covering. And it's Giannis missing. From deep three-point territory. That one, no good. And so it's Milwaukee. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. A terrific tempo and a great pace. The fast break has been a central part of their offense. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And for the Bucks here, they've been putting a show on, guys.
Well, you have to love what they've done offensively after that first period.
Well, you know I'm going to give this coaching staff some credit. What a great game plan they've had. Let's see if this
Oh,
can
come
continue.
on.
We've got Williams. Paul out there with Sam Merrill. Then there's Jaylen Brown. And it's Kolek in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Celtics. And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. What do you got for us, DA?
Well, guys, the Professor in that last outing against Charlotte just was phenomenal. He came away with 41 points, and the way he hit the glass and defended out there was impressive. He was locked in. This is what they rely on from him and why he's one of the best in the league. I'm sure he's looking to repeat a performance tonight.
Excellent, David. Thank you. Greg, how impressive was it watching him completely take over?
Unstoppable. They won that game because of his effort and just his overall relentlessness.
Yeah, and we're likely to see them go to him early on. See if he can't replicate that performance.
Woo!
Lopez is checked
No.
in for Milwaukee. Celtics trail by 9 to the inside. Finished off by Williams.
Assisted buckets. Every team wants them. They show you're running effective team offense.
Give me the ball, boy.
Puts up a 3. Rebound by the Celtics.
What is
Not
happening?
sure why he keeps trying his luck from deep here. It's just not his night.
Oh, wait.
Kolek, no good. Bucks leading by 7. Pass to the Professor. The kick out to Lopez. Here's Middleton. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. For Boston, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Brown with it. Last game he had 28 points. Can't connect from short.
Get out of here.
For Milwaukee, they've gotten only one of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. And the basket by Jackson.
That's it.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
Paul passes to Brown. The 15-footer. And the Professor pulls it down. Brown's
Let's go for the triple-double.
And Greg, we were talking Jaylen Brown making the 2023 All-NBA second team. That was big for him, wasn't it?
Yeah, Kevin,
Nice.
it made Jaylen eligible.
It's a
for the
double-double.
Super Exciting for that 5-year extension in July of 23. At the time, the largest contract in NBA history.
Pass to Miller.
No.
Launches a 3. Kept alive by Boston.
Oh, my God.
And that one's good. Kolek. Kolek has got his second bucket of the night.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Woo!
The Professor, good, and the assist goes to Middleton. Now that's 17 points for the Professor.
It really helps their team so much with Middleton's passing.
Come on,
with
defense.
effectiveness, and it helps him out as a scorer. He's that much harder to defend.
Brown feeling it out a bit. Outside Williams. Shot clock at 5. And
Who's
that
there?
Kolek. Kolek has got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Oh, my God, guys.
Easier than this. They'll take these shots every time.
Lopez a screen. The Professor's shot is off.
And that is the exact type of opportunity this offense is looking to create.
Yeah, quality offense will serve you well in the long run. You can't settle for bad shots.
Lopez a screen. Here's the professor. Second chance shot, and it's Lopez laying it in. Lopez has got his second bucket.
Can't let Lopez get comfortable down low. The second he does, there's no stopping.
And here is Paul. Nothing on the board. And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense. And this is his first trip to the line tonight. And the technical free throw, missing that time.
Ooh, 20 points lead.
Bucks leading by 20. 59 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Portis kicks to Antetokounmpo. Portis a screen on White. Takes the three.
Let's go.
Knocks down the
Step
three
back
ball.
3.
The professor's got
That's
7
right.
points for the quarter.
Well, those go down for him in his sleep.
Here's White. Stolen by LeVert. On the wing, Giannis. 16 points for him. And he's good on the 3-ball.
And you can just
What
see
the
the
performance.
improvement. Antetokounmpo looking more comfortable from deep every year.
White wide open. He fires. Good. And it's
My
Williams
bad.
who picks up the assist. White's got 19 points.
Well, that's his third three-pointer in this game, and 2 of those came in the second, so he might be heating up.
Here's the professor.
Nice.
That one goes in.
And that's the beauty of
Easy.
Giannis. Always been a willing passer and can find the open man once the D focuses in on him.
White up top. 19 points in the game. Elbow shot. Got a hand on it. And through one half, it hasn't.
Where you going, boy?
The
Where you
Bucks
going?
running away with this one. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the third quarter. We'll
Where
see
you
in a
going,
bit.
boy?
Thanks for stopping by, everybody. The story tonight, everything, and I mean everything, is working well for the Milwaukee Bucks.
Whoa, I love seeing a team spread the ball around like this. The difference in assists is the difference in this game right now, Ernie.
This is one of those just keep doing what you're doing. If they can, I expect this lead to grow. All right, and now one of the more highly anticipated topics. Some news about trades to discuss.
You know folks are hyped about the arrival of Julius Randle. He's a proven scorer and an all-star talent, and what he did for the team last year, boy.
That is more than enough of us. Let's send you back to the game. Kevin Harlan and crew with the second half.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. What a game we're seeing from the professor.
Well, with a double-double in hand through 2 quarters, you can just imagine what his stat line will look like at the end of this one.
Well, he's already put in a full day's work. They might want to lighten the load on him in the second
Ooh,
half.
what was
Getting
that?
going in the second half, here's the 5 for Jock Rivers. The post pair, the long-time duel of Antetokounmpo.
What was that?
The professor out there with Damian Lillard. And it's Middleton in at the 3 slot.
Well, this is the thing about Holiday. He keeps coming at you.
It's his first trip to the line. And the first one drops. Both free throws good from Drew Holiday. Milwaukee with the ball. Here's the professor.
Nice.
And it's Antetokounmpo
Cuts
picking up the assist.
and shoot.
24 points for the professor. And the professor picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Tillman passes to Walsh. White left side. For three. Rebounded by the Bucks. Lopez has got his fourth rebound in this one.
Oh.
The professor's shot is off. Boston's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. And down after the assist led him into the lane.
Well, he can play the 4 because he gets off the ground so well.
Here's the professor. Lopez outside. Here's the professor. White covering. Lopez, a screen on White. Just 5 to shoot. They get the rebound. And Lopez throws it down.
All right.
And even though Lopez has taken his game farther and farther from the basket,
All right.
he can still punish you inside.
Here's White. Up and in on the layup. White's got 21 in the game.
Well, he can beat you in a lot of ways. Very challenging to defend.
The kick out to Lopez. Pass to Middleton. Here's the professor. White covering.
Fade away.
Good.
Yeah, the more he knocks those down, the more confidence
Hello, start.
staff's going to have in him.
Bounce pass, Holiday. Here's Tillman. He has yet to score. And here we go. Here's Lillard. Rebounded by the Celtics. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half.
Where are you going, boy?
White down low. 21 points in the game. And so Boston again turning it over.
Let's
And checking
go.
out some numbers for Drew Holiday. Over the last 10 games or so, he's really shown up. Averaging 12 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists. Fantastic totals for him across the board. I wouldn't be surprised if he keeps rolling.
Yeah, and make no mistake, we're watching a special guy here, and his numbers only tell a fraction of the story.
Oh, come on, man.
And so Holiday will bring it up for the Boston Celtics. Down low. Here's Tillman. Yes,
Come
and it's
on,
Holiday
man.
with the assist that time. Holiday's got his 4th assist in this one. Pass to the professor. That one misses. White with the defensive effort.
Well, clearly it hasn't been his best game offensively, but collectively, they've still found a way to get the lead.
Getting the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Kevin, well, like a lockdown corner in football, teams just try to keep the ball away from Jrue Holiday. He says, I feel like they're not afraid of me, but like, okay, get him off the ball. To me, that's respect. I don't need other people telling me how good I am. You can see it by their actions. Kevin?
So true. He can be intimidating, David, and we thank you for that report. Greg, what a great time to be a fan of basketball. Not just in the NBA, but all over the world.
Absolutely, Kevin. The sport just continues to grow, and there's increased value being placed on all-around skill, even in youth basketball. And I think that bodes well for the future of the game.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east already. We are in December. Taking a look at Milwaukee.
You're doing good.
Season well underway, and they've been solid in 3rd right now. And checking out Boston, just a few spots below there.
And I think for Boston, most of the preseason predictions were right on the money when it came to them. I mean, a playoff contender, but not necessarily championship caliber.
Well, sometimes those teams that are on the edge can be the most dangerous. They play like they have something to prove.
No way.
Down the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And we've got a quick moment now to take a look at the long-term rebounding numbers over several seasons for Bobby Portis.
It's a concerning trend for him. Whether he's lost some strength or just isn't putting in as much effort on the glass as he used to, he's not rebounding nearly as effectively anymore. And that's something that needs to change.
There are so many different roles Jaylen Brown can take on for his team.
Here's the professor. It's good from the top of the key.
Easy.
The professor's got 6 here in this quarter.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from that.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Here's the professor. Rebound, Boston. White's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
Get the perimeter.
Over in the corner, Brown. The 3 ball. And White, the bucket on the assist by Brown. White's got 24.
Well, that's his 4th triple for the game now. Just his 1st in the second half.
And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. Greg, we know players are not shy about criticizing officiating. Anything you'd try to change or improve with the way the game is called?
Well, I like when the players and the refs get together in the offseason to go over.
We can't
video
lose this one, right?
examples. And I think one thing that's important is you gotta have relationships between the players and the officials. And then I think the fans can also then kind of get on the same page. There are gonna be missed calls out there. That will never change.
The kick out to Holiday. Puts up a deep 3. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. Giannis has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Antetokounmpo slams it in.
Easy too.
Every aspect of Giannis's game showing tonight, just unreal.
The Celtics have gone 5 of 9 on field goal attempts since halftime. Outside, White. Here's Brown, and he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Brown's got 4 points now in the quarter. Here's the professor. White covering.
No.
Williams with the block.
Get outside. Get outside.
Pass to Brown. Outside, White. Now here's Williams. Back to White from the arc. That one's not going to go. Milwaukee leading by 22. Here's the professor. Makes no mistake on the open jump shot.
Killer
The
instinct.
professor's got 32 points.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
Brown kicks to White.
4 more rebounds,
Some
guys.
nice ball movement here by the Celtics. Jackson against Brown. Outside, White. Sinks the 3-pointer. White's got 27.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those 3-point attempts.
Bounce pass on Antetokounmpo. Lets it go with the 3. And the 3 is knocked down. Deep ball good.
Unstoppable.
Nice shot from the professor.
Well, he's been in total control offensively, and the defense has had no answers.
Williams for 3. Antetokounmpo pulls it in.
Let me grab the
Antetokounmpo's got
rebounds
his
here.
5th rebound in this one. Middleton can't
No!
Right there, the defender clearly trying to inhibit a fast break. I think that's a transition take foul. Let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here. Goal here, the Celtics decide to talk it over. And the league limiting players from making public trade demands, which I guess makes sense. That's a big change from the past, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it saves franchises from being put in a tough spot. Keeps a player's trade value high, which helps the team they're leaving.
And for the Celtics, they're shooting pretty good tonight at 48%. We've got Brown. Chris Paul is out there with Sam Merrill. Then it's Williams.
Nice.
And it's Cole
3 more.
in at the 5, down low. That's the Boston 5.
And 1.
Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
What a
That's
play
right.
there, the hoop plus the harm.
That's right.
From the professor.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
The Celtics have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Now here's Brown. Boston needs to get off a shot. Boston again missing.
2 more.
And for Milwaukee, they're shooting 61%, showing all the indications of an offense that is locked in.
Come on, man.
Here's Boston now. They've played a great fourth quarter defensively, allowing only 3 points. Merrill finds Brown. Floats it up for Williams. Stolen by Jackson. Here's the professor, defended by Paul. And
Nice.
he hits it again.
And he's into the 40 scoring-wise, a familiar place to be.
We've seen him do this a lot. He's
Come on.
almost into the
2
top
more
5
rebounds.
on the all-time 40-point game list. On the wing, Brown, guarded by Jackson. Pass to Paul.
Sweet
Shot
boy.
clock at 6. There's the pick. Over Kennard. The shot by Paul.
1 more.
The
1
Bucks
more.
have gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6.
Oh, this is exactly the kind of opportunity you don't want to waste.
Brown wide open. He fires. The basket is good off the assist from Williams. Williams has got his 3rd assist on the night. Here's the professor. Screen by Smith. The professor. No good from outside. Swiped it away.
Woo-hoo. That's right.
He's got 43 points.
Well, after dropping it. In 2 triples
Let's
in the first
go.
half. He's now matched that mark here in the second half, and I wouldn't be surprised to see more of those.
Here's Brown. And the professor.
Triple-double.
The Bucks
It's
have
a
got only
triple-double.
4 field goal attempts to go down since the end of the third. Pretty cold down the stretch. And now here comes Williams leading the break. Pass to Brown. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
Come on.
Hey, Jaylen Brown is a strong dude. He takes the hit and completes the play.
And the Celtics making a change here. Holiday's checked in.
And they came out of the locker room after halftime with a much more physical approach than what we saw in that first half.
Here's the professor. Offensive rebound.
And
The
1.
basket is good, and he's got a chance here for 1 more at the line.
I love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless, building this lead in every way possible.
Brown against Jackson. And the professor picks up the foul. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
Come on.
Here's Golick. No good on the quick 3. Milwaukee's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the 4th.
Now flying high
Beauty.
and throwing it down with the one-hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Now Paul. Over Kennard. The shot's good from Paul.
And in the mid-range, Paul, so dangerous. He has a lot of angles he likes in that area.
Here's the professor. Rebound by
It's
Drew
a
Holiday.
foul, man.
Holiday's got 4 rebounds now tonight. The NBA has
Come on.
always been a star-driven league, Greg, and That's reflected in team strategies now more than ever before.
It is. All over the league, teams now building their systems around their stars, surrounding them with complementary players and running the offense through them as much as possible.
Come on, boy.
He's checked in for the Celtics. White comes in for Williams. And White kicks to Holiday. That's a 2 from Paul. Rebounded by the Bucks.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Foul!
Count it, good. The Professor's got 45 points.
Yeah, this quarter's all about him. He's just dominating at the offensive end.
Let's go for the 50 game points.
And so it's Paul with it, bringing it up for the Celtics. Brown outside. Outside, White. Over Jackson. White, good.
Come on, man.
White's got 36.
Yeah, despite them being behind, he's been impressive. But he can't do it all by himself.
The Professor's shot is off. The Celtics have gone 5 of 12 from the field entering the fourth quarter. 2 points, that one goes. And that's now 7 points for Drew Holiday.
Well, Holiday is one of the strongest guards in the league. He can handle the contact.
Portis the screen. The Professor's shot is off. The Celtics have gone 6 of 13, so just above 46% on their field goal attempts here in the quarter.
No!
No one around him. Off target with his 3.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
And one.
Basket. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Come on, man.
And landing zone fouls have been a part of the rule book for some time now, Coach. It's changed how shooters shoot.
No question, Kevin, and it's a good thing, I think. The NBA needs to protect the shooters. They're doing
No.
that. None of us wants injuries that could be prevented. We don't want to see the great shooters just come down and land on somebody's foot and miss 6 to 8 weeks.
LeVert's checked in for the Bucks. And so
It's a W.
business in this one. This one was over
An
well
easy
before
one.
the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. So now for Greg Anthony, Stan Van Gundy, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long and good night, everyone.
That's what I'm talking about.
Right. We're taking a short break. All right. Second place, guys.
Popcorn for a meal? You could have given me more than that.
This is great. This is great. Let's use some coins.
Get ready to rumble, young blood.
Looking good, MP.
Objects in motion, stay in motion.
Let's go, Bucks! Give me the ball. Give me the ball. Woo.
And a peek into the locker room. Players soaking in the last few moments before the game. Welcome and thank you for spending this holiday season with 2K Sports as we get ready. And now in December, here's what the Eastern Conference standings look like. You look at the Bucks, sitting pretty at this point of the season, second place and looking to move to first.
Here we go.
And of course there's Boston.
Here we go.
5 spots from the top.
Well, for the Celtics, they've had some terrific moments this season. But where's the big leap upward that we've been waiting for?
And the clock is ticking for them to make that push. It's looking like they'll be fighting for a spot in the play-in.
Looking at the starting 5 for the Boston Celtics. Holiday at the 1 with White at the 2. Kristaps Porzingis out there with Xavier Tillman. And it's Brown in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Bucks, as always, it's Middleton and Giannis at the forward spots. Then there's Damian Lillard. Then there's Brook Lopez. And it's the
What was
Professor
that?
at the 2. Here's Holiday. The kick out to White. And today will be the first game of 2 in a row between these two teams.
Yeah, these little mini-series are interesting. In the first game, it's all about setting the tone, and both of these teams want to establish momentum early.
Oh, and Giannis hammers it in.
I mean, the size and athleticism of Giannis, arguably without precedent, an incredibly prolific finisher.
Outside White. Outside Porzingis. The open shot. White drops one in from the wing.
He's a potent mix of effort and ability. Hard to shut down a player of his caliber.
Here's the Professor. He's guarded by White. And it's the Professor missing.
I think the defense will live with him taking mid-range jumpers. but maybe just a little bit more resistance.
Ooh, old school right there. No easy buckets.
And stolen by Holiday. Fast break. Here come the Celtics. Missed inside. The Bucks have gone 1 for 3 so far. For 3, here's Lillard. Boston pulls it in.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean,
Hey! That was foul.
White for 3. And the shot is good on the assist by Holiday. White's got 5 points.
Heads up play by Holiday. He saw the opening and helped exploit it.
Here's the professor. He drains out one after
Come
2
on.
misses. Now 1 for 3.
Rate of baskets assisted, it's a stat I really like. It tells the story of how well you are playing team offense.
Outside White. Middleton against Brown. Pass to Tillman. Now here's White. The 3 is up. And it's White again missing. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes play. To the inside. Here's Antetokounmpo. And it's Tillman with a rebound. Boston leading by 4. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
I was able to talk with Doc Rivers for a minute. I asked him about the star power that they're up against tonight, and he said, quote, "I'm not worried about the highlight reel plays. I'm worried about the relentless nature of that team over there. And the ringleader is Drew Holiday. He plays every possession on both ends of the floor."
All right, Allie, thanks once again. And a timeout called here by Doc Rivers. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. Boy, it's been fun watching this player do his thing lately. Our player of the week for the Eastern Conference.
When you think about everything he's done on the offensive end, he's more than deserving of this award. He put his team on his back when it came to putting points on the board.
The professor with a bucket.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
And so it's Holiday who brings up the ball for Boston. It's a 3-point game. Defeated by Milwaukee in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
Defensively, they weren't up to the task. Didn't play as a cohesive unit, and it really hurt them.
Boy, they looked like they were asleep on that end of the floor. No one was talking. No one was paying attention. Yeah, it was rough.
And we're just over 3.5 minutes into this first quarter. Kicks it out to Middleton. Pass to the professor. To the middle from 7 feet away.
Nice.
Good from Antetokounmpo indeed.
Let's go, guys.
Has a ridiculous combination of size, skill, and athleticism.
One thing you can say about Boston, Grant, they know how to put a team together.
Yeah, the Celtics' consistency of winning is just impressive, both now and throughout their entire history. They are really the gold standard in this league, and it's mostly because of great draft picks and great trades.
A consistent three-point shooter, you can count on Holiday.
Here's the professor. He's guarded by White. Here's the professor. Here's Lopez.
Nice.
And it's Lopez with the jam.
And their offensive rebounding is such a strength for them when he's on the floor.
Yeah, he really helps them extend possessions, doesn't he?
Yeah, you can feel Coach smiling on the sidelines with every offensive board.
And stolen by
Go, 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 go.
Pass to the professor. Lopez, the screen. The professor, the pass to Lopez. Oh, it's blocked by Porzingis.
Those long arms of Porzingis are a serious factor on defense.
Come on.
And it's the professor missing.
Yeah, just a little off his game this quarter. He's trying to work his way into a rhythm.
White with it, guarded by Antetokounmpo. Here's Tillman. Off target from outside. Milwaukee has gone 1 for 3 from beyond the arc. They get the rebound.
Nice.
Bam! Antetokounmpo has got 6.
So far, rebounding has been a focal point for them.
Outside Porzingis. Brown inside. Middleton.
Where are you going, boy?
Just an effective shot blocker. Lopez using all of that
Foul.
speed, and he does a great job of picking his spots.
Boston's gone 3 of 7 from beyond the arc in the first. White, the pass to Brown. No good with the triple.
Nice. Fourth rebound.
Yeah, he needs to make mix things up on the offense. He simply just can't keep missing shots at this rate.
Let's go.
Destroying his teammates.
You cannot let
Let's
Dame
go,
get
Bucks
in,
fans.
especially from the corner.
And Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here. Well, Grant, there are few players in the league who can attack a defense from the logo, but Lillard is one of them.
Yeah, and he makes it look so easy. You have to pick him up at the half-court line, and it's been that way for about a decade.
Bobby Portis has checked in for the Bucks. LeVert comes in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Williams is checked in for Boston. Chris Paul comes in for Holiday. Back to Brown to stop the run. Drains the triple.
No.
He has 6.
You know this is coming with Brown. He is a ruthless sniper outside.
Here's the professor. Boy, it's been a while, but he finally gets one to go. Boston's gone 4 of 9 from beyond the three-point line in this first quarter. And here's Brown for 3. It's Milwaukee with a rebound.
5 rebounds already.
Rebound number 5 here tonight. Middleton with a screen on Brown. Oh, it's blocked by Porzingis.
Got to be careful shooting around Porzingis. His length is so capable of erasing shots.
Milwaukee with the ball. Portis with a screen on Brown. The professor, the pass to Portis. No good.
Oh my
Good
God.
Porzingis.
The way they've gotten after rebounds has been impressive.
Williams from long range. It's good. The assist that time from Paul.
Such a good facilitator. If your defense makes a mistake, Paul will find the open man.
Pass to the professor. Fires for 3. Boston with a rebound.
Come on, man.
Paul passes to Tillman. Rebound by Middleton. Middleton's got 4 rebounds now. Down low. Caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
And that's how you lead a team. Literally.
Tipped away. And the Bucks pushing it up now. Oh, he jams it straight down.
Adding insult to injury with the dunk off the steal.
Nice to see a good play on D. That led to some fireworks.
Tomahawk dunk.
Once he poked it away, you knew what was on his mind.
Here's Brown. And the layup is good. Brown's got
All right.
8.
All right.
Muscling that one in. JB is a strong individual.
1:36 left in the first quarter of the game. Kicks it out to Middleton. Lillard passes to the professor. Clock at 6. Middleton is doubled. Nice D from Brown.
I thought he had that all sewn up, but somehow the defense just threw him off.
Porzingis sets a screen. Here's a 3 from Paul. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
Uses the pick so nicely. Paul gets the screen and fires away.
And he drives in. Oh, it's blocked by Porzingis. Out of bounds. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Porzingis. Payne's checked in for Lillard. Walsh is checked in for Boston. White comes in for Brown. 59 seconds left in the first quarter here. The professor, the pass to Portis. Outside Payne. 3-pointer.
Nice.
The triple.
And they've come out with a fearless approach on the boards.
And so it's White with it. He brings it up for Boston.
Where are you going, boy?
Last time they met in Boston.
It really just wasn't a fun game for them. Their offense looked stagnant, and they couldn't get anything going.
It seemed like any time they strung together a few baskets, they just went ice cold so quickly.
Porzingis with a screen on Payne. And Chris Middleton gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Milwaukee making a switch here. Jackson is checked in. Pass to Williams. And it's the professor with a rebound. The Bucks leading by
6
3.
rebounds already. That's crazy.
There's 18 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Portis a screen. 6 on the shot clock. The professor. No good with the elbow jumper.
really thought he had this one, and the defense, they were giving it to him.
Plenty of offense in this closely contested first quarter of play. Milwaukee out in front. They lead by 3. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even on the scoreboard so far. All right, guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Bucks.
They've put their hard hats on and gone to work on the offensive boards. Those second chance points can really energize a team.
And I've also liked how they've attacked the opposition off of turnovers. I mean, just making them pay for every mistake out there.
Taking a look at the Celtics. Williams is out there with Derek White. Then there's Chris Paul, and it's Walsh in at the 5. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, guys, the professor in the last outing against the Celtics just played phenomenal. He finished with 47 points, and he did everything else you could have wanted as well, ending with a triple-double. A game that nobody will soon forget, that's for sure. How is he going to follow that up tonight? We'll see, guys.
Yeah, he was unstoppable during certain stretches. It'd be great to see him top that performance tonight.
Well, his team needs him to contribute. When he's on his A game, he just makes play after play.
Expect them to go to him early and often. Don't want to let that hot hand go to waste.
Jackson finds some space. Boston pulls it in. White's got his 4th rebound in this one. Pass to Paul. Fires from deep. And the 3-pointer goes. Paul's got 8.
What quickness from Paul. Gets the ball and instantly puts up the shot. That's quick.
Here's the professor. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. Well, Grant, as you always say, in the playoffs, you need a player who can score in isolation.
That's true, B.A. And in a 7-game series, defenses disrupt your set offense. If your stars can go mano-a-mano and create something out of nothing, that's often the best you can get.
Brook Lopez is checked in for Milwaukee. Damian Lillard comes in for Payne. Pass to Walsh. Here's Paul. And he finishes. That makes him 4 out of 5.
Where's the D?
Even against contact, defense does all they can to stop Paul inside, and he still slips by them.
Lopez, the screen. The professor, the pass to Lopez. And he floats it in for the easy 2. Credit the sweet setup on that one.
Great recognition of the mismatch, abusing the smaller defender.
Paul against Lillard. Another one falls for Boston.
Look, they are in front right now because of him. He keeps draining these shots at a ridiculous clip.
Lillard finds Antetokounmpo. Lopez, the screen. The professor, the pass to Lopez. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Talk about strength and athletic ability. Lopez can maneuver against his opponents down low.
Ooh, a great look there. Brought to you by the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Jackson against White. Outside Paul. Pass to Holiday. Takes a 3. Giannis Antetokounmpo grabs the board.
You gotta love how they've been crashing the boards, fighting hard for every miss.
Here's the professor.
No.
Last game, an incredible scoring display for him. And out of bounds, Boston will have it. Exum's checked in for Milwaukee. The Celtics also with a sub. Kristaps Porzingis, he's checked in for Walsh. Well, Richard, with the career he's had, it's hard to believe Drew Holiday has only made 2 All-Star teams.
Well, that speaks to how much talent is at the guard position in this league. But it also shows how we tend to award offense over defense because Drew, his impact is truly felt on the defensive end.
A legit 7-footer with that kind of athleticism, I guess Porzingis really is a unicorn.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Boston.
They've really been dialed in from deep. This is a team that has a ton of confidence in their outside shooting ability.
You know, they've also been very effective
Come
at
on,
running
defense.
the floor. Just a ton of points in the fast break. It's been a big part of their success.
Porzingis sets a screen. White for 3. It's Milwaukee with a rebound.
It's tough to get open in this league, and when you do, it hurts not to capitalize.
Lopez, the screen on Holiday. The Professor, the pass to Lopez. Here's the Professor. 14 points for him. Just 5 to shoot.
Nice.
Oh, he's a menace in the paint. Antetokounmpo.
Gotta appreciate the decisiveness of Giannis. Rolling with purpose after setting the screen.
Here's Paul. Outside Holiday.
No.
This one for 3. Giannis with the rebound. Antetokounmpo's got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's the Professor. Porzingis grabs the board. Porzingis has got 4 rebounds
What
now.
am I
Just
doing?
hasn't found much consistency from the floor, but his teammates have picked up the slack. Everyone in the building saw the obvious contact.
Boston shooting their initial free throws of the game.
Ooh,
And so
nice
it's the
lead.
Milwaukee Bucks up 14 as we
Nice
wrap up the
lead.
quarter. How about the way they've attacked the paint? This throwback approach is paying off. We'll be back in a moment.
We are okay.
And for that matchup against the Magic, they have to be feeling pretty confident. Good teams win the games they're supposed to. We'll find out how.
Now we'll take a look back at that first half. What an all-around performance it was for the Bucks.
They have been so careful.
And that's a wrap on it.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll
Let's
see if
go.
things play out a little more evenly in the second.
Let's
The
go,
leading by
Bucks.
14. Inside, we have Giannis and Lopez. Then it's Chris Middleton. Then there's Damian Lillard. And it's the Professor in at the 2-guard position. That's Doc Rivers' 5 as we get into the second half.
And the game plan for them should be simple. Keep getting it to Giannis. The Greek freak is on fire.
Back to White. 4-3. Rebounded by Lopez.
Good D.
And it's
Very
amazing
good
the
D.
slim advantage on the board seems a lot larger than it is.
And one.
Yeah, and this speaks to how strong Giannis is. Able to still convert despite the physical defense.
And he's got his first opportunity at the line here tonight.
Let's go.
Holiday with the ball. Pass to Tillman. Outside, Brown. And here's Porzingis. Shoots over Lopez. Porzingis misses.
And usually that's a bucket for him, but look, nobody's perfect in the mid-range.
The shot by Lillard, no good. Celtics trail by 19. Going all the way to the rack.
Foul.
The Professor missing. Boston shooting the ball at around 42% for the game. Brown passes to Holiday. Here's Porzingis.
Good D.
Good work defensively by
Nice,
Lopez.
nice.
Off to a bit of a slow
Very
start
nice.
in the second half. 0 for 3 so far.
Screen by Antetokounmpo. The Professor.
Let's go.
The trifecta. The Professor's got 17 points.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like
Let's
they're not
go.
even there. You gotta show some fire and keep defending.
And here's Brown for 3. It's Milwaukee with a rebound. Antetokounmpo has got his 8th rebound here tonight.
No.
Stolen by Brown. White against Middleton. White, the pass to Tillman. Lopez on the double team. Outside Holiday. Shot clock at 6. They get back on track. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
It's deflected.
You can't say enough about Holiday's defensive instincts. It's exceptional.
And it's the Professor missing. The Celtics have gotten off to a rough start. Now 0 for 5 in the second. Sinks it from distance. 10 points for him.
Doing what he can to help shrink the deficit, but it has to be a team effort.
Antetokounmpo, the pass to the professor. Lopez, the screen on White. Here's the professor.
Nice.
And he buries that one. Back rim it in. The professor's got 5 points now in the quarter. And so it's Holiday who brings up the ball for Boston. There's the triple. White can't hit. Milwaukee leading by 21. And here's Lillard from beyond the arc. It's hauled in by White. Boston has gone just 1 of 5 from three-point range here in the third quarter. Pass to Brown. The teardrop. It's Milwaukee with a rebound. Antetokounmpo's got double-digit rebounds now in the game.
Okay, now I think he's starting to get in his own head right now. Maybe he's overthinking things a little bit, and as a result, he's just been off.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Brian, it's great hearing Celtics coach Joe Mazzulla talk shop. He said everybody tries to break basketball up into offense and defense, but it's one game. Your spacing, decision-making, and shot selection set up your defense.
Let's go.
That transition happens so fast, so the game is constantly changing. It's all connected, Brian.
No question. Thanks, Allie. Good stuff there. Here's Milwaukee. They're on a 12-3 run. And it's the professor missing. And here are the Celtics. Brown looking around. The three is up. Hits the three-pointer. Brown's got 13 now.
He was solid in the first half from deep. He's a guy who can get hot. Let's see how he does here in the second.
Pass to the professor. Lopez, the screen on White. Here's the professor.
Nice.
Yes. Great play by Lillard to set it up. The professor's got 22.
This is his second three this half. He's getting even more bold at that arc.
And Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here. He'll take the opportunity to regroup.
Yeah, he's hurting the team. Taking low percentage shots, failing to make the next pass.
Jackson, he's checked in for Middleton. The 2K leaderboard showing us the best free throw shooting teams in the league. Milwaukee, second.
And this is a team that knocks down their free throws at an elite rate. Whoever they go up against should always try to avoid fouling them at all costs.
Here's Tillman. Antetokounmpo covering. Here's Brown. Again, the miss by Boston.
Two more rebounds.
You could say he's struggling on offense this period. I like to think of more of drowning. Just can't seem to find his confidence.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
Yeah, they're going to do a much better job of putting a little bit of pressure on him on his way to the hoop.
Here's Tillman. He's averaging almost 5 points a game. Back to White. Lets the three fly. Nails it from three. White's got 6 here in the quarter.
You can't lose a shooter like him on the court. The ball will find its way to him, and he will drill a three each time.
Here's the professor. So
Wow.
2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going so far for the Bucks.
Oh, they've been punishing the inside defense consistently in this one. Look, it's been a very productive area of the floor for them.
And you have to talk about the passing, too. I mean, the ball has been zipping around on the offense, and they've kept the extra pass mentality the whole way.
Portis, he's checked in for Milwaukee. Payne comes in for Lillard. Jackson against Brown. The kick out to White from deep. And a great assist by Brown as that one goes in. White's got 16 points now.
A dozen consecutive points off of threes. This defense looks rattled.
And you look at Derek White, Richard.
Let's
the
go.
energy he plays with. It is remarkable.
That's his greatest attribute, his activity on both ends of the floor. Having
We're
a
hot.
high motor is a skill. He keeps coming and tries to wear you down.
Here's Brown. And it's Boston scoring again.
The mid-range is not an issue for Brown, and it's just another weapon in his arsenal now.
Antetokounmpo outside. Porzingis grabs the board. Porzingis has got 6 rebounds now in the game. And here's Brown for 3. The rebound by the Bucks.
1 rebound away.
And they held a 25-point lead. Here's the professor. And it's good. Off the back of the rim and in. The professor's got 31 points. Ball passes to Brown. White for three. Oh, he gets it to go. 7 of 13 now.
Yeah, he's in his bag from beyond the arc right now. You see his confidence.
And of course, it helps space the floor, which gives this offense more room to operate.
Portis with a screen on White. Here's the professor. Oh, it's blocked by Porzingis.
Oh, come on, man.
Paul against Payne. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot two. And it's going to go on Cameron Payne.
So good at drawing contact. CP uses his smarts to get to the line.
Walsh is checked in for Boston. Williams comes in for Tillman. And when Porzingis can be a third option on a team, he is deadly and efficient, RJ.
We've always seen Porzingis as the guy or as a second.
Nice.
But when he has elite teammates around him, he really flourishes.
And you can see early on that Giannis wanted to be aggressive. I mean, he's taken over at the offensive end.
Here's Paul. And it goes. As the official calls the foul, count it, and he'll shoot one more at the line. This will be his third free throw attempt of the game. That's good from Paul.
The thing I love about Chris Paul is that he is so focused on making his teammates better. Every team would love to have a floor general like that.
Antetokounmpo, a screen on White. Offensive rebound. And here's Payne outside. Not going to go that time. Celtics trail by 18. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take two from the free throw line.
That's a tough take.
And they want a second opinion on that call. The signal for the coach's challenge.
The ruling on the floor is confirmed.
Personal foul calls still disputed even after the video review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look, so the officials can be sure they get it right. And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved.
Exum's checked in for Jackson.
They're doing some good work at the line this half.
Pass to the professor. Portis a screen. Here's the professor.
Woo.
Goes up and lays it in.
Very
nice.
nice.
The professor's got 33 points.
He's looked practically unstoppable this quarter. The defense, yeah, well, they haven't had many answers for him.
Now Paul, 19 points in the game. Outside White, 6 to shoot. Fires top of the key. He squares up and sinks it. 21 points in the game.
He's doing everything he can. If they want to win, others have to step up and provide some scoring.
There's 49 seconds left in the third quarter. Antetokounmpo, the pass to the professor. The offensive rebound. Portis' shot is off.
Come on,
so
guys.
Paul will bring it up for Boston. They trail by 16. It's the second game of 3 on the road. And that one's good.
Nice ball movement there. Delivered the pass right on time.
And the Bucks shooting a solid 47%. Now here's Antetokounmpo. He's got 22. Here's the professor.
Come on.
No good from outside.
Brooklyn Foster.
As far as his production, he's averaging about 8 points per game. Here's the professor. Fires the three.
We have a triple-double.
A
triple-double.
And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks up 14 as we wrap up the quarter. They've been fantastic. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
Another
This is the
triple-double.
definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection
Let's
between
finish this
teammates,
now.
leading to the perfect pass.
Serving it up on a platter, that is a beautiful dish. And two teammates on the same page, woo.
And as we head
Go,
into
go,
the
go,
fourth,
go, go,
we'll see
go.
if there's a comeback in the works, or if it's more of the same for the first 3 quarters. Taking a look at the Celtics. Chris
That's
Paul
it.
out there with Drew Holiday. Then it's Kristaps Porzingis. Then it's Williams. And it's Walsh in at the 4-man position.
Unstoppable.
Lillard against Paul. Lillard pulls down the board. Milwaukee leading by 16. Here's the professor. Let's go with a 3. Here's Portis. Pass to the professor. The 3.
Come on.
Now here's Lopez.
Come on, man.
Here's the professor. Portis with a screen on Holiday. Here's the professor. And even after 2 offensive rebounds, they just can't take the lid off. Puts it up from 17. Williams' shot is good. For Milwaukee, they've gone 1 of 4 since the 4th quarter began. Here's the professor. Out to Lillard. Pass to the professor. From the top of the key. Some solid defense from Holiday. Celtics trail by 14. Now Paul. Porzingis sets a screen. Back
Where's
to
the
Holiday.
D?
5 on the clock. Off the mark there with a 3.
I think he's gone completely dry. Nothing is hitting.
Yeah, and the risk now is that he gets inside his own head. Time to take deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, and let the game come to you.
Woo.
Counted from distance. The professor's got 38 points.
He's been dominant
Let's
all
go.
game long. Nobody on the floor can stop him. And look, let's just say he knows it.
Outside Holiday. Ooh, poked away. And the Bucks pushing it up now. Here's the professor. And buries the jumper to finish off the break. The professor's got 40 points.
As they set their sights on locking up the win, he has to do everything in his power to make this happen.
Pass to Walsh.
It's a W.
Paul with it. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. Paul's got 21 points in the game.
And he's doing everything he can offensively to lift them out of this hole. But I'm not sure his hot shooting can do it alone.
Lillard passes to the professor. Baseline jumper.
Ooh. Oh my
And
God.
it's Lillard who picks up the assist. Lillard's got
We are in
3
the
assists
zone.
And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
He's just riding the wave of momentum right now, getting to his spots and keeping things simple on the offensive side.
Here's Paul. Got it. Good job in the low post. Paul's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Paul with those little micro hesitations. I'm just glad I don't have to guard him anymore.
The professor, the pass direction. Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
He's been playing great unselfish basketball, really putting the rock in the hands of the right shooters.
His court vision has been on display in this one. He's doing a tremendous job just orchestrating the offense beautifully.
Paul finds Holiday. Back to Paul. Goes back up. And there's the bucket. Staying with it that time. Offensive glass getting it done.
Scoring well this quarter, picking up steam as he goes.
Lopez, the screen on Holiday. The professor. Porzingis grabs the board. Porzingis has got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Williams on the wing. Pass to Holiday. And Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here. Coach clearly has something he wants to say to his team right now. Middleton has checked in for the Bucks. Williams with it. Fires at the elbow. Rebounded by the Bucks.
Go, 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 go.
The Professor's got the glass covered here tonight. That's 11 more.
Oh!
Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. That free throw good from Portis.
And really strong at the line since the break.
Both shots good from the strike. And Richard, with the new CBA in place, the middle class is starting to strengthen in the league.
And I think that's a good thing. You don't want minimum players and max players. There is a big gap between those two styles of play. There are so many players that fit in.
Who's
between.
there?
There's all-stars. There's young players that deserve a larger portion of the money. Not just being selfless, but also smart with the ball. Brown is able to find the best guy for the right shot.
Pass to the Professor. White with a steal. They're running. Here's Williams. Damian Lillard with a rebound. Lillard's got 4 rebounds in the game. Here's the Professor. Fires the 3.
Ooh.
Knocks down the long J. The Professor's got 45
45.
When this guy starts hitting threes, watch out. He's just pouring it on this half.
Outside White. And right away, they match it with a 3-pointer of their own. White's got 26 points.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Pass to Paul. It's Milwaukee with a rebound. Lopez has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Here's the Professor. And yep, it's good. The Professor's got 47 points.
And just totally... relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
Always plays hard until the final whistle, no matter what the situation is.
Pass to White. The 3-ball. The rebound by the Bucks.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
And it's the Professor missing. And Brown has got the ball here for the Celtics. 19-point game. Rebounded by Lopez.
Go, 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 go.
The Professor with a bucket.
If it ain't broke, don't
49.
fix it. They should continue to ride the hot hand.
Boston has gone only 1 of 4 from the perimeter here in this 4th quarter. And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout. He was quite emphatic, demanding the timeout, clearly wanting to address strategy with his team. The Bucks making a switch here. Antetokounmpo's checked in. Porzingis has checked in for Boston. Drew Holiday comes in for Chris Paul. And so it's Boston with it. Pass to Tillman. Now Porzingis. Holiday surveying the floor. That 3's off the mark.
They're losing because he is struggling so bad, and he has not looked comfortable all game.
Lopez, the screen on White.
Let's go.
And got it. Another basket.
That's 52 points for him.
Making it all look too easy right now. Pass to Tillman. Back to Holiday.
Crazy numbers.
And here's Brown for 3. Antetokounmpo grabs the board. Antetokounmpo has got rebound number 13 tonight with that one. Here's the Professor. And it's off from 3-point range.
That's his shot. And one, I'm sure, he wants back.
It's Brown on the wing. Middleton covering. Connects from downtown.
It's a W.
Left to play in the 4th quarter of this one. Here's the Professor. Boston pulls it in.
Normally he drains that.
Outside Holiday. Brown passes to Porzingis. Outside White. Inside. Shot clock at 6. Tillman.
Good.
Outside Holiday. It's Brown on the wing. Porzingis with a screen on Middleton. A nice shot by Brown.
And the distance between the point totals for these teams tells the whole story. Just a fantastic effort, and you have to give it up for the Bucks.
They paid the price for sloppy ball control before, but tonight they kept it locked up tight.
Yeah, they did, and at the other end, they were very disruptive defensively.
And reaching a nice milestone, an even 20 wins on the year.
And once this game is all said and done, they'll have a healthy 2-0 lead in this season series.
And as it was happening, as it was building, you knew this was a monster game for the professor.
They couldn't have asked more from him, putting up the sick triple-double. Their home crowd has energized them all game. Now they're closing it out.
It's always nice to perform like this, especially
Two nice
in front of the
W's
faithful home crowd.
against Boston.
Here's Tillman. No good on the three. They can simply hold on to the ball here.
No question, B.A. They deserve the win.
Here's the professor. Lopez, the screen. The professor. Three-pointer off the mark. Now Brown. And so it's Milwaukee easily grabbing this one, showing that they're the far superior team. They win it going away.
I'll tell you what, give it up for their fans. They love to watch this team dominate.
Dominating performance.
You earned that one.
That's right, boy.
Yeah, MP.
Second place. We are doing great.
Yeah, in this arena, this suit, and for this team.
Not really, no.
You're wrong. You're really wrong.
Took my...
So I'm thinking about letting kids plan the next vacation. Why not? Pick 3 destinations and then pick...
Alright, guys. That's it. See you tomorrow, I guess. Alright. Take care.